Welcome to the Horror Next Door. We're back with some of our favorite new horror movie trailers for April 2020. If you like everything horror movies, memorabilia, and masks, please subscribe. Now, on with the trailers.
Dreamland. On the night of the strangest wedding in cinema history, a grotesque gang boss hires a stone-cold killer to bring him the finger of a fading, drug-addicted jazz legend.
Dreamland stars Juliette Lewis, who we all know from Natural Born Killers and From Dusk Till Dawn, Henry Rollins, who starred in Feast and He Never Died, and Stephen McHattie, who we both just saw in the film Come to Daddy, and he was weird. Everyone in that movie was weird.
I can't say I'm extremely excited to see this movie, but I'm interested in it. It looks very strange. The synopsis itself says the strangest wedding in supposedly cinema history. I'm just a fan of Henry Rollins, and I think Juliette Lewis can almost always be counted on to deliver some kind of wild performance. So we'll see how horror movie-ish it truly is, but I definitely think it could go in a lot of different directions based on the trailer.
Yeah, based on the synopsis, you wouldn't think this is a horror film, but it's listed as a horror film. It also says it's a comedy, so I guess a horror comedy. I believe the film has vampires in it, so it just looks really weird and all over the place, but intriguing.
12-hour shift. It's 1998, and over the course of one 12-hour shift at an Arkansas hospital, a junkie nurse, her scheming cousin, and a group of black market organ trading criminals start a heist that could lead to all of their demise.
12-hour shift stars Angela Bettis from the cult hit May, former WCW heavyweight champion David Arquette from the Scream franchise, and apparently, according to IMDb, God himself, Mick Foley. Anybody who doesn't watch wrestling probably has no idea what I'm talking about.
And you can join me in that club. Ever since May, I've been a fan of Angela Bettis. I don't know what it is about her, but if I see her name in the credits of something, I'm probably going to watch it. Actually have the movie Roman waiting on my queue. She directed that, so we'll see what happens when that Netflix gets in the mail. Anyway, for this movie, I basically have no clue what's going on. That synopsis told me much more than the trailer did. There's a lot going on. It definitely looks interesting. David Arquette looks crazy, but it makes me want to see more and watch the movie for sure.
Yeah, this trailer was weird. It's very short. It's like a minute long. It's definitely a teaser. There's not even really any dialogue. It's all music, so I'm hoping they release some kind of full trailer down the road. I do agree David Arquette looks crazy, which is probably a good thing because he's done a lot of, comedic jokester characters, so It's kind of cool to see him do something crazy. And Angela Bettis, I've always liked her too ever since May, so this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, that version of Carrie with her in it is actually pretty good, at least in my opinion. I think it was a TV version or something, but hopefully that's not blasphemy to too many people. Don't dislike the video. Just kidding.
And it will be interesting to see Mick Foley play a bad guy.
I don't know much about wrestling, but I do at least know who he is. Okay. Escape room. 4 friends who partake in a popular Los Angeles escape room find themselves stuck with a demonically possessed killer. The friends have less than an hour to solve the puzzles needed to escape the room alive.
This escape room is not to be confused with the 2019 escape room starring Taylor Russell. Nope, this is a completely different movie that just shares the same name. Escape Room stars Skeet Ulrich, who we all know from Scream and The Craft.
Skeet is pretty much my only motivation for wanting to watch this movie. The trailers were sort of slim pickings this month, so it's an interesting premise. I just don't think the quality is there. I'm not 100% sure why Skeet Ulrich came off of doing a really popular TV show like Riverdale doing this afterwards or at the same time or whatever. It just seems like a weird jump. But if he starts getting back into horror movies, that would be really cool. And like I said, I think it sounds like a cool premise. I just hope that the film itself, it's well done. And the trailer, the quality I'm getting from the trailer won't translate to the full movie experience, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Oh, and also we like escape rooms. We like actually going to and doing escape rooms. We haven't gotten the chance to do that many. But I really actually liked the 2019 one, so at least this has a good starting point to it.
So yeah, when this trailer first started playing, I was about to just turn it off, but it started to get a little bit more interesting. I'm a fan of slashers. I love Jason. I love Michael Myers. So seeing a slasher movie that takes place in an escape room seems kind of cool. I just hope that there's still like puzzles and things that they need to solve, because otherwise what's the point of doing it in an escape room? I also like the 2019 escape room. It wasn't the greatest horror masterpiece ever made, but it was fun. The puzzles were interesting.
The sets were awesome. They were
Yes.
crazy. And we had low expectations for that one. And I think that's why we really liked it, because we didn't think it was going to be good. I'm kind of hoping that's how this is going to be. From the trailer, you think, I'm hoping it's going to be a lot cooler than it seems.
Yes, and they're making a sequel to that, so I hope they divulge more of the backstory of the people involved. But anyway, that's a different story altogether. Back to this escape room. Yeah, CO.AG is in it. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know what else to say.
Peninsula. 4 years after South Korea's total decimation in Train to Busan, a soldier who previously escaped the diseased wasteland relives the horror when assigned to a covert operation with two simple objectives: retrieve and survive. When his team unexpectedly stumbles upon survivors, their lives will depend on whether the best or worst of human nature prevails in the direst of circumstances.
So yes, Peninsula is the sequel to Train to Busan. There are no returning actors or actresses from Train to Busan, but the good thing is the director and the writers of Train to Busan are both returning for Peninsula.
We both loved Train to Busan. Actually do not know anyone who has seen that movie and didn't like it. It was so well made. It was so intense. It felt so different from other zombie movies. The whole zombie thing, we all know, even after all these years, it's just kind of over and done with. It's really hard to be original. I'm very excited for this sequel. I'm glad that the directors and writers are returning. I'm hoping it'll have some of that same zeal and intensity as a result.
Yes, I've been hyped for this movie ever since they just announced they were making a sequel. Like, I don't even have to see the trailer. I could just go to the movies and watch it.
Right.
Based on the fact that it's a sequel to Train to Busan. But that being said, I guess my only worry is in Train to Busan, they were on a train and it was very intense because it's claustrophobic and you're stuck on the train and everything. So I'm hoping they can keep up that intensity that the original had. But the fact that it's got the same director and the same writers, I'm confident that it would be good. So bring it on.
Take a shot every time one of us said intense or intensity just then.
Yeah, and if you know somebody who doesn't like Train to Busan, you should social distance from them.
Thank you so very much for watching. Comment below your thoughts on these trailers, which will be linked in the description box below. If you liked this video, please be sure to subscribe and check out our store and social media pages. We hope you're all being safe in these trying times. We'll see you next video.